Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Back again today with another video, this time with a little bit larger cards, 5x7 cards. And I just wanted to show you how to use some designs that you've already used and change the seasons on them or the occasions. So I'm doing seasons on this one. And what I've got here is this little diamond, I'm calling it diamond, pop-out card. And what I did was I started first of all with, that's how it pops out, it's quite cool that. I started with Graphic 45's Grow with Love collection, and I'd made a springtime card. This was a little bit earlier in the year, and I really love the designs on this one. So I used those papers and I thought, oh, I wonder if I could make it a little bit later in the year, bit more summery. I know there's daffodils on it, but I just changed the colours a bit more. So this was a yellow and greens, and then this one I went for purples and pinks. I know there's daffs on that back page, but I really like that back paper. So I used the lilac there and the hollyhocks, and I used the garden is my happy place sentiment. So I thought, I wonder if I could do this design and make it Christmassy. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make this style of card and change it up for Christmas, because I think they turn out lovely. So I've wrote the instructions out as normal for you. If I zoom out so that you can get it all in, hopefully there. So I'm calling this the Diamond Foldback Pop-Out card. Can these titles get any longer? You'll have seen these on the internet, different versions of them, different styles, different sizes. So mine's for a 10 by 7 inch card. So you need a base card first, which is 10 by 7 inches. You're going to score it at 5 inches on the long side for a 5 by 7 inch side fold card. And then on the front panel, you're going to score it 2.5 inches and to create the fold back. So let's do that. So my 10 by 7 inch card, here we go. And I'm going to score it at 5 inches to make it a 5 by 7 card. Let's do that. There we go. And then I'm going to score it at 2.5 inches. I'm going to go this way because I'm going to fold it back. 2.5 inches. And I'm going to fold that back the opposite way. I mean, you can just pop that on your scoreboard and go 2.5, 5 and fold it over. So just wanted to show you how that came about. So there you go, you've got your card base. That's it for scoring done. So once you've done that, it's literally a case of making the rest of it. So I've moved on to your back mat. So for the back mats, you need a piece which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I've done that in gold, and then I've matted a piece on which is 1/4 of an inch less. Now I've stuck these together because I know you don't want to watch me sticking everything, mats and layers. So that is my larger mat, the gold piece, and then this lovely pattern poinsettia piece on the front. And this is from Graphic 45. These papers are from Graphic 45's Warm Wishes collection. So that's what I've got going on this one. So I'm going to pop my back mat on. Let's just get that going. I'm just going to pop this on here. Just like so. That is a lovely piece of paper on there. I love that. And the gold sets this one off. I've done mine with white card because I've got white card, but you could use cream card, which looks lovely with Graphic 45's vintage papers. Next, I've got the panel mat. I'm calling these two bits the panels. You need 2 of these. So you need 2 at 2 1/4 by 6 3/4, and 2 mats of paper to go on top, which is 2 by 6.5. And you do these twice. These are my 2 here. It's from the same, all from the same collection. Lovely holly papers with gold on them. So I'm going to stick those in first. Pop those just like that. and stick this second one on here. And I'm just going to place that one on like so. I'm going to set those aside and just give it a minute to dry. Okay, so what I've got next now is this small panel here, which is 4 by 3 inches. And this is just the second little bit of scoring that you've got to do, which is along the long side. You need to score at 1, 2 and 3 inches. So here's my little 4 by 3 inch panel, and literally just pop on there 1, 2 and 3. And on all those score lines you want to just fold and burnish them. So there we go for that. Let's get that out of the way. And this is going to make your little mechanism for inside. Now, once you've got that scored, you can see there's the 3 score lines. So they make 4 1 inches. You want to fold it in half with the fold line facing to the right. And you want to place that, it's going to go in the middle of your card like that. So first of all, you want to pop some glue, let's pop it on here, on that first panel. Let's me fold it so you can see what I'm on about. There, on that first panel. So let's pop that on. Spread that out a bit more. Then you want to fold it in half with the fold line to the right, and you want to place this up against the fold of your card, but not over this, not over the fold line, just up to, and pop that in place there. There we go. Give that chance to grab and squish it down. Open that up, and on this, the fourth panel along the opposite side, I'm going to pop some more glue on there, just on that panel, and then we're going to fold it shut, and I'm going to give that chance to grab. And what you should have is that little, can you see there, that little square pop out piece which is working around your card. Now if it starts to push away, just push your card down and get that flat in there. There we go, and force it down into the right position and make sure it folds back again, and then you're going to have it in the perfect position for opening like so. And using the glue at this point, you can use red line tape, but it does give you that little wiggle room to get it exactly in the right position. So that's what you've got there now. Now let that dry off a second. So we've done the mechanism and we've done the mats. Now we're on to the diamond part of it. Now these diamonds are really squares turned on the side. So you need one large one, which is this large diamond, and I've done gold paper and a white piece of card. So for the gold you need a 3 by 3 inch. For the green part, or whatever paper, the paper part, you need 2 by 3 3/4 by 2 by 2 3/4, and then for the white part you need 2.5 by 2.5. So it's down a quarter each time. Cut them into squares, turn them on the side. Then you need 2 smaller ones, which are these two, which are these measurements: 2.5 by 2.5, 2.25 by 2.25, 2 by 2. 2 by 2 is your last one, and you need this done twice. So that's what we've got. Now on this larger one, so that it fits within the mechanism, as in here, you just need to trim that end piece off. And to get it just right, you just want to take your large diamond, and on one corner you want to mark it at 1 inch across and 1 inch below, and then just take your scissors or your trimmer, line your scissors up with that and trim it right across, and that will give you the perfect corner and size to fit within your card. And at that point all you need to do then is this side which you've cut off, pop some glue here You don't want to go any more than an inch over, because that is the width of your mechanism. Give that a good squish out there. Line it up in the middle, if you can see this here. Line that up against there. Get it onto your card. There we go, can you see that? Just like so. Get it in the central. Once you're happy with it, fold that down and give it a little squish. Any adjustment you can do just like that. Give it a chance to grab. I mean, if you do it with the red line tape, you'll have a perfect hold straight away, but it doesn't give you any wiggle room, and if you do want wiggle room, use a bit of glue. So there we go, and that pops up. Can you see that? Like so. Okay, so that's your first one on, and then all you simply need to do is add your others. So turning your square to a diamond, you need to pop some glue just shy of the middle and onto one side, like so. And then you take those two corner pieces, starting at the bottom. Let's get that on the screen, because you don't want to overhang the bottom. Line it up with the bottom and line the top point up with the fold in the card, and give that a moment to grab on. It's just having some patience with this part. Now you can layer these pieces up if you want to on foam tape, but as I'm going to layer up the decoration on foam tape, I didn't want it to be too high, otherwise it'd be too bulky. So it's up to you what you want to do on that one. So let's just give that a squidge on, and then I'm going to do the same on this one, taking just shy of the middle, popping some glue on there, and then I'm going to line this one up with the top corner. And if you rotate that into position, it should just touch, very slightly overlap your first diamond. There we go. And then give that a moment to dry. So see, you've got your mechanism there already. And now it is literally a case, once that's dry, of decorating. So with the Warm Wishes collection, they had some ephemera pieces. So I've decided to use those as my simple decoration on this one, because the papers are quite busy. So I'm going to use the ephemera bits. I've got this little red admiral with the holly. I thought he could go there. I've got a little bunch of foliage on this one, and the white does help to make it pop. And then once I've got those up, I'm going to do my middle piece. So I did have some foam pads, so let me find those. There we go. So I've got my foam pieces here, and I'm going to pop some onto my Red Admiral. Red Admiral. If I called it Red Admiral, I meant my red cardinal. Red Admiral. I'm going down the butterfly route there. Do you ever do that? Afterwards hear yourself what you've said and think, oh. So definitely my red cardinal. So let's just check what overlaps, because I don't want to put too much on so that my foam tape is coming over the edge. That should be enough. I'm going to pop that little piece on there. So yes, this is out of the ephemera pack that came with Warm Wishes, but if you haven't got these, that's not a problem, because these images are also on the papers if you've got this collection, so you can just cut them out of there, which is what I would normally do. So let's pop him on there. Then I've got this piece with the flowers, which are tied at the bottom. So let's pop those on. Just get myself a couple of pieces for that. This is an alternative piece that I did fussy cuts from the papers, so you could easily incorporate that if you haven't got these. Let's pop that a bit of an angle there. Right, Now I've got some alternatives for my inside piece here. I've got this little one and I've got my Noel. I do like to have a bit of something going on behind it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this piece like so. Let's trim that out so that I've got a piece there and a piece there. And I'm just going to pop my elements around it. I've got a little bit of brown ink on this dauber little brush, so I'm just going to edge those just so that they look finished off a bit more. Okay, let's see. So if I pop this one here and this one here, I should be able to pop that going through the middle and still have the red on. So I think I'm going to go with that. So let's pop some foam tape on this sentiment, because this bit I do want to pop up a bit like so. Got that ready. I just trim that from the paper with a little bit, left the black background on there with my little Noel on it. Let's have that one ready, and then these I'm going to just glue on flat. So I'll pop a little bit of glue on there, get that kind of in position and ready but not stuck down, and that one, and then I can adjust it to fit around here. So get that straight there, that one up a bit. I think that should do it. Push those down, oops, push that down, sure that's levelish. That looks okay to me, and there we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off with a few gems, because I do like a few gems, I must admit. Now, do I want those this side or this side? I'm going to pop 3 there. Because it's Christmas, what the heck. I'm going to pop these 3 up at the top here. So that is my Christmas version of this diamond fallback pop-up, which looks lovely. You could have put a border down there like I've done with these ones, but I feel like the paper's busy enough probably, so it doesn't need any more. But there you go, you can just see how you can alter that for the seasons. The same style card, stands up lovely, and gives you a chance to use your either ephemera or your fussy cut pieces and your papers too. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Oh, and just to say as well, you could, like I've done on this one, put something on the back there and decorate a bit of the back as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I really like those cards. I like to see how you can change them with the papers. So if you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be fantastic. I'm trying to make the channel grow so that I can make more of these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!